feel about the bounce back?
Felt great. Majority of the time it's about how you respond to adversity. Not the adversity that you go through, but just how you respond to it. And I feel like we responded the right way.
What do you think about this matchup for you, especially any territory you might be covering with George Kittle?
It's a huge matchup for me. Personally, it's a huge matchup for us as a team, and we just going out there to try to play our football. We know the things that's at stake in this game. It's not as big as the last two was between us two, but this definitely has a lot of implications on how things go at the end of the season. Being that we're one of the top teams in the NFC. I would say them, Philly. So this is huge. For us taking a step in the direction that we're trying to go with this season.
How do you view it as a measuring stick game without making too much out of one game?
Like I said, majority of people would say it's us, Philly, and the Niners. At that top dog. In the NFC, and like I said, this is just a way to show us to prove to ourselves that we are one of those top teams in this conference, and that's just how we're going out there. We're approaching this thing because we know it's going to have a lot of implications on how things go towards the end of the year.
What can you say about Duran and the way he kind of just steps in seamlessly to whatever role he's called upon?
He just came in with the right mentality since he's got in here through OTAs, training camp, his rookie year, and then he hit the ground running this off season. And it's been the same to run every day. He just comes in ready to work, ready to learn, and bringing a guy in like Stephon, that's been able to help him. Obviously, he's been learning from Trey for so long, and then being able to learn from a Hall of Fame guy like Stephon has been huge for him.
How much of the playoff losses the last 2 years motivated you guys? And how much have you thought about that in the offseason leading into this year?
It motivates us a lot. This being the team that bounced us 2 years back to back. Since I've got here, we haven't been able to get over that hump of beating them. And like I said, this isn't as big of a game, as it is in the playoffs. But for us, it's a huge measuring stick to show, where we are. Being that it's week 5, just how we match up against the other top teams in this league, and it's going to be a showdown, and one that I know I'm looking forward to, and the rest of the guys in this locker room is looking forward to. We have a lot to prove, and this is a huge step for us.
When you think back to last year, you guys, as a defense, you guys had quite a game. I mean, McCaffrey only had 35 yards. They only scored 1 touchdown. What worked well against that offense, and a lot of those same pieces are back for them?
We just went out there and played our football. A lot of motion, a lot of trickum dickum things, and we just kept our eyes and just was a disciplined football team that night. And it's going to have to be the same thing coming this Sunday. That we have to go out there and just play our football and put our eyes in the right spot and not try to do too much, and things will work out. But if we go out there and do things that we tried to do, against Arizona, where guys trying to make plays that's not their plays to make, guys not getting to the ball, guys not being where they need to be, then the result is going to be bad. But if we go out there and play our football and read our keys and get our eyes on the right things and do the things that we're supposed to do, that we do as a Cowboys defense, then I think we'll have a pretty good shot.
What makes your defense so dangerous, as you know, is you guys take the ball away more than anybody. Now, McCaffrey hasn't fumbled in over 4 years. Purdy hasn't thrown an interception over 200 passes. Something has to give, right?
Yeah.
How do you force them into turning the ball over when they just don't do that?
We just go out there and play our football. That's who we've been since 21. That's who we've been, and they haven't played us this year yet. So, it's something has to give, and we'll see Sunday night what gives.
How different is it preparing for an offense like theirs, given they're one of the top motion rate teams in the league? What is that challenge like with all the moving parts every single day?
It's a challenge. It's a challenge when you have guys that's not communicating. When you talk ahead of the snap, and the guy next to you knows what you're thinking, the guys next to you knows what you're seeing. That makes everything very, very easy. So we just have to have clean communication, pre-snap and then post-snap movement, things like that. We have to have good communication in that aspect, and then I think that'll take care of itself. You're playing in sand when you're not talking and you're seeing things, and the other guys might be seeing it different. When you're talking to your guys next to you and your buddy understands that, okay, you're giving them a tip on this guy swapping back, this guy might be motioning, this guy might be swinging out, or what the case may be. It allows you to play ahead of the snap and ahead of the ball.
Are you able to carry any of the momentum of dominating how you did last week into a game like this?
Yeah, you definitely are. You just come in and your confidence is through the roof. Being that that's the type of football we play week in and week out, and you have a chance to play that type of football no matter who the opponent is when you give yourself a shot, when you don't try to do too much, when you just put your eyes on where they need to be, when you're just doing your job and you're not trying to do too much, you're not trying to be Superman, because we have 11 great football players on the field that can go out there and do the job at a high level. So you don't have to do too much. Just do your job, do what the defense tells you to do, and it's definitely something that helps us a lot. Being that we have a lot of guys. I'm one of those guys, and then there's 10 guys next to me that can go out there and make those big time plays, and that makes it a lot easier for guys like myself, guys like Donovan, guys like Deron. When you have another 10 next to you that's dogs and ready to go as well.
17 of these games, 17 of these, but I think 5 games a little bit extra just because of what happened in the previous 2 seasons.
It is. I think everybody knew what this game would be. Being hints at why it's Sunday night football. They knew what they were doing. They knew the type of magnitude that this game would be at. When we played these guys, and it's here now. So a lot of the things that you talk about, you don't have to talk about no more, because we have an opportunity to go out there and put it on tape.
Today's practice, or even the meetings the last couple of days, and you guys felt like, hey, this is a big game, in comparison to the previous 4.
Yeah, guys are locked in. But we're not doing anything different. Guys aren't tensed up, because we know we go out there and play our football, we have a great shot at winning this game. So guys aren't tensed up. We're just being the same guys that we've been, since this season started, joking, laughing, playing around. We just know that it's times that, when the attention to detail has to be at the highest level. When you're doing your walkthroughs, when you're in meetings, it's time to really lock in. But nothing has changed as far as our coaches, our players. Guys are still walking around here, smiling, laughing, joking around, because we understand that if we just go out there and play our football, then we have a great chance.
Much easier is it for you playing defense alongside Micah Parsons? There's an image of him being triple teamed in the middle of the line from last week. He had 10 pressures, no sacks, but still, a defensive dominant effort despite that.
Yeah, he impacts the game. Even when it doesn't show on the stat sheet, he impacts the game a lot, and that's good. That's good and bad. You can impact the game in a good way, you can impact the game in a bad way, and he's been impacting the game at a high level. Being that he's one of those guys that draws attention from a lot of people. Whenever he's on the field, and it's just he's just being who he is, and he's ready for this matchup. I could tell after the game, it's the first thing he said. We know what we got this weekend. He's been ready for it, so I know it's going to be a huge one for him.